Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid Sport in the new Solar Silver Metallic, which will replace the Lunar Silver. This is a more lighter silver compared to the Lunar Silver. For 2025, Honda has made some small changes to the whole lineup of the Honda Accord and introduced a new trim level, the SE. Click the link up above or in the end of the video. I have that video out already. Now for 2025, on the sport hybrids, some changes a lot of people complain about that Honda addressed in the interior. We'll get to that in a second. Now I do have the car running because it is a hybrid. It don't need to have the motor running all the time, so it's just running electric as we speak. On the front fascia here, you're gonna see you have full LED headlamps, so LED low beam, which is on the outsides, LED high beam in the middle, turn signals, and daytime running lights. Fog lights is not available on the Honda Accord. For 2024, the 25 still have the same design cues. Pretty much it looks identical on the outside. Lower portion of the bumper is flat black. You have a bumper curtain there. You have a gloss black on the grille. Houses your Honda emblem up front. That also houses your radar for your Honda sensing. You can hear maybe a little bit of the AC on right now. You do have the longer hood to give you that more roadster look. You have a slimmer A-pillars to reduce blind spot and have better visibility, wider windshield. You have your camera up here for your Honda sensing and like the Civic, you do have the updated windshield wipers where it sprays off the wipers and not from the hood, which is a nice touch. Now let's take a look on the side profile here. You can tell it's a Honda Accord. I mean, it's pretty obvious. A lot of people don't like the looks of it. They prefer the previous generation, the more, I guess, aggressive, angular look, versus the more soft, subtle look of this newer generation. But I think it's a decent look, especially for all ages. The previous generation was very popular with the younger crowd. Now, the Sport and the Sport L will look very similar on the outside. Sport L has the same exact style, but it's all flat black, I believe, or like a matte black. On the Sport, it's gonna be half gloss black and half machine finish. Now the tires are a 235 with a 40 tire wall, and the Sport will give you 19-inch rims. Now taking a look at the side profile here, the side mirrors, you do have a gloss black up top, flat black down below, no LED turn signals integrated in there at all. Body color door handles, take a look at the solar silver color, which sparkles in the sun. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's actually a really windy day today. We have chrome up above the window, and then flat black down below on the window, like kind of towards the belt line. And you do have this body crease that goes across the whole side of the Accord, flat black down at the lower portion of the door. Now this Accord does have a protection package, so you do have wheel locks, splash guards, and a cargo tray in the trunk, capless fuel filler. If the Accord is locked, it'll lock the door. If it's unlocked, then you can push it how I did, and you can see there's no gas cap you need to twist to put gas into your Accord. Coming along to the rear, you do have a shark fin style antenna that is gloss black. You do have your LED third brake light. The Sport will give you a trunk decklid spoiler, and it is gloss black. The tail lights are not combination, they're actually full LED. So LED brake lights, LED turn signals, and LED reverse lights, and your license plate lights are also LED. The baby H, which I love. A lot of people don't like the small H in the back, but I like it. It's actually a really unique touch. Accord is in chrome, Sport is in chrome, and Hybrid is in chrome, and you can get that blacked out through your dealership. The lower portion of the bumper, you have your reflectors there, flat black down here, no exposed exhaust tips at all. And when you look underneath, you can see it is a single exit. You only get dual exit if you get the Touring, not the Touring, I'm sorry. You only get dual exit if you get a turbo model, which is gonna be the LX or the SE. Speaking of those models, the base model is the LX, above that is the SE that replaced the EX for 25. Then you have the Sport, which is the lowest hybrid you can get. Above the Sport, you do have the Sport L, or technically the EXL, then Sport L, and then Touring. Those four will be hybrid only, which will give you a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with Honda's newest hybrid electric system. Before we jump into the Accord, you should be familiar with Honda's newest key, which is a lot kind of smaller, more curvier than the previous key. You have lock, you have unlock, you have remote start. So if you lock the Accord and hold the circle, It'll flash at you one time to let you know it connected with the remote. Then it'll flash 3 times to let you know it's running. It'll stay on for 10 minutes. Interior will go up to 72 degrees. If it's real cold outside, I think below about 32 degrees, it will turn on the heated seats for you, which is nice. You also can use the Honda Link app and use remote start from your phone. And from your phone, you can remote start it from anywhere. And you can set the temperature for the interior, which is nice, and turn on the heated seats, defrost the windows. You have a lot more options from your phone than the key fob, but it's nice that you get both, because this you don't pay for as a subscription, but you will if you get the feature for your phone. You hold the circle again, shuts it off, and it'll flash at you to confirm that it is off. So because you do get the smart keys, you do have smart entry. But before we get in there, I forgot to mention, blind spot monitoring is standard on the Sport as well. It's actually standard on SE and above. LX is the only model that don't get the blind spot monitoring. Now, if you look at the door handle, you have these little lines right here. Tap that, it will lock all the doors. To unlock, put your hand in there and unlock the door for you. By default, it'll only unlock the driver door. If you put your hand in the passenger door, it'll unlock all 4 doors. You can go in the settings and change that feature to have it unlock all doors on the driver's side. Let's take a look at the door card. I'm gonna block the sun for you guys. I'm gonna try to. We have soft touch up here. This is also soft touch. This is also soft touch. And where you rest your elbow is really soft. Actually, you're gonna love how this feels on your elbow. You do have auto up down for the front windows. Power rear windows, but you have to hold it. Power locks, power mirrors. I always like the material they use. Kind of look like aluminum, they look more premium. But you can tell it's not, it's like a little cheaper material. You have the single stitching in here as well. Get some storage there, a speaker on the door. The Sport will give you a 10-way power adjustment on the driver's side. The passenger side is manual, and it's a 4-way manual. So forward and back, and then the seat forward and back, and that's it. There's no up and down for the passenger seat. But on the driver, you can go forward, you can go back, you can go up, you can go down. You can tilt this portion right here, up and down, and then you can move the back, of course, forward and back. And then you have a in and out lumbar support as well too, to make more pressure on your lower back. Let's jump into the Accord, and this one is a black interior, by the way, and I hope you like black interior, because for the Sport, that's the only interior color option that you have. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this door up. Just gonna whirl to life, let you know, welcome to your Accord, and you can have profiles that you can log in into your Accord, which is cool. So you have owner, guest, and you can add additional users. I'm gonna put my foot on the brake, push the button to fully turn it on. Because this is a hybrid, if the battery is charged, you won't hear an engine just whirl on. Sometimes it'll, well, not whirl on. Sometimes the electric motor will just whirl on, or the engine, you can hear it cut over. Now, on every Accord, you do have a standard 10-inch display here. I believe this is like a 10.2 driver screen, 10.2-inch customizable digital cluster. And you can control both sides, view different information. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have an air vent here, surrounded by some piano black. You can open and close their vents. Down below, you have your trunk lever and your hood lever, and you have your sport pedals. I like that the gas pedal and the brake pedal has a sport pedal, but the dead pedal is also matching the gas and brake. A lot of brands actually don't offer that. And you do have an adjustment for your steering wheel. You can pull this guy down, and then you can go in and out or up and down. It's a manual adjustment, but it's nice that you can set that up. Leather wrapped steering wheel as well, single stitch. We have some piano black right here in the middle. The rest is just regular plastic. The airbag cover, hard plastic. It's your lighting control. So you have auto, you have parking, and you have on, and you have auto high beam standard. On the right side is gonna be a wiper. So you have off. You have mist going all the way up, by the way. Off, intermediate, low, and high. And on the steering wheel itself, you do have next track, previous, you have volume. You do have a voice command control button where you can either use Google Assistant or Siri if you hold it. And if you tap it once, it'll be the Honda's voice command system that no one uses. You do have a scroll wheel here that will control the left side of this display right here. So for example, you have AM, FM, customized, Alexa built in, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, USB. So you can decide which source you want to quickly switch to. On the right side, you're going to have some of your cruise control features and your Honda sensing features. So cruise on and off, cancel, resume, set. This is the distance for adaptive cruise control. So you can have 4 different distances from the car that's in front of you. and you have lane keep and assist on and off here. This scroll wheel will control this right side, where right now we're on range and fuel, I believe. So it'll actually, let me zoom in here and show you guys. It'll actually it'll show you your range on your tank, and I have just under full. I'm like one notch below full, and I still have 527 miles to a tank, which is nice. You can scroll and view speed and time, navigation. If you don't have a destination, it'll be a compass. Driver attention, are you awake to drive? Who have their seatbelts on? Maintenance, oil life, and safety support. So here you can turn on your road departure mitigation feature, your blind spot information system, and your collision mitigation braking system as well. And you can have nothing if you don't want to view anything, just a speedometer, brightness, vehicle stability on and off, and gauge display settings where you can change the distance units, where you can go from miles per hour to kilometers if you leave the country, hide and show different apps you don't want on the list. And you also have gauge design where you can go from round to bar. Bar will show it up and down, and the rest of them are just minimal. And if you go to minimal by itself, you really show less information as well. I'm going to keep it on round. Go back to the menu, go back one more time, and then you have power flow. This will show you what's going on with the powertrain. Is the electric motor powering the wheels? Are you charging the battery? Are you using the gas motor to power the wheels? You can kind of see based on arrows what's going on, and back to range and fuel. So a lot of customization, especially on the right side, but the left side is pretty customizable as well. Now behind the steering wheel, you do have a plus and a minus. Now this is not to shift. Most cars use that to shift gears. That's adjust your regenerative braking. You have 4 different levels you can adjust it for, which is nice. The more aggressive it is, the more when you take your foot off the gas, it slows down the car to charge more, and you charge the battery faster. But the less you use, then the more it'll coast like a normal car. On the outside of your digital instrument cluster down here, you have gas on one side, temperature on the other, and then outside temperature, where gear you're in, what gear you're in, and odometer, and a lot more goodies. Taking a look, let's transfer over to your touchscreen display here. Now, this has a wide 12.3-inch display. If you stick with an LX or an SE, you cannot get this wider display. Those will have the smaller 7-inch display, and those are non-hybrid. So if you want a hybrid, if you want the larger display but you don't want a hybrid, it's not an option. You have to get the hybrid to get the wider display, and everything's all on the touchscreen. The only physical button you have up here is this volume knob / power switch. But very easy to use system and very practical. I'm sure most of the Hondas is going to go to this UI pretty soon, because this is more of the latest Honda Link system. I mean, versus the Google built-in that the Touring has and the Civic now has and the Prologue has, this is still a good system. So on the side, you have some shortcuts here, and it's going to show you home, back, Bluetooth. And these are shortcuts you can actually customize. You can grab an app and drag it on there if you want to view different information. But this one just have Bluetooth, FM, Apple CarPlay, and you can add more if you want to. You have phone, you have FM, you have Bluetooth, you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It is wireless, by the way, too, wired and wireless. So if you go with an LX or an SE, it's only wired. You go to a Sport Hybrid and up, it'll be wireless and wired. Power flow, this is just like what I showed you on here. We'll kind of give you an idea of what's going on with the powertrain, especially when you keep up with what's powering what. You have a trip computer, trip A, trip B. Alexa is built in, which is nice. You have vehicle settings, and on vehicle settings, I love the UI that they have. You can even change the view. You can hit menu and actually change the color to have it match the color of your car. And actually, where's silver at? Is this silver? It's so funny because you have Canyon River, Still Night Pearl, Radiant Red. I think this is this Urban Gray? I can't really tell. Yeah, I think this is Urban Gray, Meteorite. I wish they labeled the colors, but yeah, you can pick what color you want. And for keyless access setup, door setup, let's go there. You have walkway auto lock feature that's off by default. You can turn that on here in the menus. But a lot of customization. I like how they have the picture of the Accord. Everything is kind of circling around there, and you have toggles too, so you don't have to actually go in the menu to put on and off. You just hit the little switch and it will actually pick it for you. So I like the system, really easy to use. Profile settings, general settings, USB is back here, AM is back here, system updates, Wi-Fi hotspot is built in on the Sport, and you can have a clock where you don't view the apps, and you can actually customize the faces and have multiple faces. So Oh, you have to add more. That's interesting. You can view the power flow 3 different ways. You have time, of course, and name of the profile and everything up above. Easy to use. Like I said, volume is going to be here. Down below, you do have your air vents, and just like the Civic and the CR-V and almost all of the other Hondas, taking over this new vent design where it go across the whole vent. The feel of it feels very premium. It's not as clicky as the Civic, but you can hear it still pretty clicky. It don't feel cheap. And you have your climate control down here. So now what's new for 2025 and new for the Sport, you now can get heated seats. Before, to get heated seats, you had to get either a EX, Sport L, EXL, or Touring. But now heated seats is standard in the Sport. So I'm sure a lot of people is actually going to enjoy that. Now you do have dual zone climate control. So driver and passenger can have 2 different temperatures. Turn this thing off, that person catches on fire, you can stay cool over there. Now, see, the engine kicked on because I turned up the heat for the passenger side. You have auto climate control. You do have your air circulation there as well. The different modes, front defrost, fan speed, on and off for the whole system, heated back glass. You don't have heated side mirrors on the Sport, though. You have to go up to a Sport L and up. AC on and off, and you saw me mess with the sync button, and 3 levels of heated seats for the driver and passenger, which is nice. Now for your connections down below, USB-C only. USB-A is gone, no more USB-A. Another new thing for 2025 is all hybrids now will get a standard wireless phone charger. Instead of it just being on the Touring, the Sport, the EXL, and the Sport L will also get that now as well. So like I said, some small more interior changes Honda added that a lot of people have been complaining about. You do have a shift knob that is leather wrapped like the steering wheel, and you have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. I'm gonna put it in reverse so you guys can see the backup camera. Now it's a multi-angle backup camera, no 360. No 360 is available on the Accords currently on 2025. But you have a wide angle, you have a normal view, and you have a top-down view, and you have cross traffic on and off. So when this is on, if you're in reverse, there's a car coming from that way or that way, it'll alert you and let you know there's a car coming from either way. And you do have your brightness you can adjust as well. And you probably can hear this little chime on the outside. It'll warn people that you are moving. Kind of windy outside, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. But I'll put that guy back into park. Down below, you do have drive mode. And with drive mode, you have sport mode, you have individual, you have normal, and you have ECON. And what's cool is in individual mode, you can customize it. So from here, you can change your powertrain, either ECON, normal, sport, steering, normal, sport, adaptive cruise control, ECON, normal, and the gauge color to either normal or sport. So that's a nice touch that's in the Sport and not just for the Touring. And below that, you do have your EV button where you can run on electric only. Now, these battery pack for these hybrids is a small battery, and these cars are not really made to run on electric only. So if you have the heated seats off, I think it's like 1 person in the car, you can drive on electric only for about like 4 or 5 miles or something like that. It really depends on the condition of the battery and what's going on in the vehicle, how long it'll allow you to run electric only, and then it'll just go right back to gas or hybrid mode automatically. Down below, you do have electronic park and brake hold, which is a nice feature. You can hold your brake while you're in drive, cup holders, and it looked like one is bigger than the other one. Is this an illusion? Yeah, I think this one is smaller. This one is bigger. And look at that, you got a little slot for your handle for your mug, is what I'm guessing what that is for. You do have your armrest here. It is so soft. The Accord have a soft armrest. You guys got to touch this thing in person. Single stitch, open that guy up. You do have a power outlet in here, and that's pretty much it. And your storage, close this guy up. You do have your glove box down here. It is lockable, and it is damp, so it'll open slowly, but it's not lined with felt, but it is a bin style. Standard size, nothing too crazy. Now coming up above here, you do have your rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming and there's no home link. You have to actually add that as an option. I know certain models can get home link, but I think Sport you should be able to. I'm not too sure. When we look at the brochure and build up the accessories, we will double check. Up above that, you do have LED lighting, which is nice throughout the whole interior. And then you have a one-touch power moonroof, which is standard on SE and above. Only the LX model don't get a moonroof. There's no panoramic moonroof available on the Accord. If you push it straight up, it will ventilate as well. And you can close that guy back. You do have an emergency button right here that you can flip this thing open and then push the button just in case you're, in a dangerous situation or something's going on or I don't know, somebody looks suspicious, they're near your car, you're scared, you can push that to call an operator. Now the headliner is black. Now I know it's a little bit dark in here, but the headliner is black, and your visor here is a soft touch material, LED lighting, which is a nice touch on the Accord. And let's see, the passenger, I believe, should get LED lighting as well. And yes, they do. Close that guy up. Let's jump out of here and go in the back seat, because there is some more new things Honda added to the 25 Sport, and it's gonna be in the back seat. So let me close this guy up. And actually, before we jump in there, oh yeah, it's super windy today. Take a look at the window sticker, 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport. You can see solar silver metallic, $33,655 at the base price. No premium color charge. Destination handling is $1095. You're looking at $34,750 MSRP. Now, this is how wide the rear doors open. Pretty decent, nothing too crazy. On the door itself back here, hard touch, hard touch, hard touch, hard touch. It's soft, but not as soft. You have your window control here, door handle, bottle holder down there, some storage. No speakers on the door at all. And you can see the rear seats have the same design up front as well. So let's jump back here, close the door. This is exactly why you buy an Accord over a Civic, because how much space I have, and I have the seat all the way back. This seat is all the way back, and how much space I have. I'm like 5'10". Behind the driver, no mat pocket, but you do have one behind the passenger. And what's new for 2025 on the Sport is you have air vents now, air vents and 2 USB-Cs. For 2023 and 2024, everyone complained how the Sport L, the Sport, they don't want, because before only the EXL and the Touring had air vents with USBs. The Sport L and the Sport didn't have anything. So now they added for, I think, every trim level. Every trim level will have air vents, and I believe the USB-Cs as well, which is a nice touch. Look, this one's even, oh man, you're trying to cook me back here. Now, taking a look at the seats here, you do have a foldable armrest, and you do have cup holders in there, soft for your elbow. And for your car seats, hooks, you pull this thing back and you see it right there exposed. So you don't have to dig for it too crazy, but I like how on the Pilot, how it's just exposed. And I believe the CR-V is the same way as well, but it's fine. That works. And same thing on this side as well. You do have an LED lighting back here. These are really bright at night. And the roof line is not that, even though you have a slant like back, it's not that low. You have some cutouts right here to kind of help with your head, because the moonroof do eat into some of your headroom space. But if you're kind of tall back here, you may brush your head against this, but at least there's an indent to help out a little bit. Now to jump out of here, take a look at the cargo space, because that's important as well. Remember, every Accord will pop all the way open for you because there is a strut. Now this Accord has a protection package, like I said. So this cargo tray is not standard. You can add this as an accessory. It would just be a carpet, just like that. But you do get the carpet floor mat standard. You don't have to pay for these. That come included. Front license plate bracket. And on the Sport, you can split the rear seats 60-40. You have the two handles there. There was a strut that opens the trunk all the way. You have some grocery hooks on both sides as well. Now, underneath your carpet floor, you get a flat fix kit and some additional storage. And I don't think there's anything, yeah, there's nothing else under there. There's no spare tire. Now, this wheel well can still fit a tire. So a lot of people actually will buy a spare tire kit and put one in here. Unlike the CR-V, where the battery is in the trunk, you can't add a tire at all. They even give you a funnel as well too for your capless fuel filler. But remember, for these hybrids, these brands are trying to chase high gas mileage, and to do that, you got to save weight, and that's something Honda sacrifice to get you that higher gas mileage. Now, let me close this guy up. And speaking of gas mileage, I didn't get to show you guys on the sticker. I went right by that. You're looking at 46 city, 41 highway on the Sport Hybrid. The highest gas mileage will be an EXL, because the EXL will have 17s instead of 19s. But let's jump out of here and look at the brochure and show you some other colors that the 2025 Sport Accord come in. Walkaround family, welcome to the brochure of the 2025 Honda Accord. Now, like I said, Honda made some slight tweaks on the interior of these Accords. You have a new trim level, which is the SE, but today we're focusing on the Accord Sport Hybrid, which adds to or replace from the LX trim level. So First thing first is going to be the latest generation 2-motor hybrid powertrain, standard in the sport hybrid. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder and matted to a electric motor. You know, you have a lithium-ion high voltage battery pack, e-CVT, 4-mode drive system, normal, ECON, sport, and individual. Motion management system, 19-inch machine finish alloy wheels with black inserts. 235/40/19 V-rated tires, gloss black and decklid spoiler. So most of the stuff I went over in the walk around, of course. Gloss black power side mirrors. Is a 12.3-inch color touchscreen display. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Alexa built-in, HD radio. I don't think I mentioned that. Wireless phone charger, sport pedals, leather wrap steering wheel, and shift knob. Blind spot information system with cross traffic. Dual zone automatic climate control. One-touch power moonroof, driver's seat with a 10-way, including 2-way power lumbar support, heated front seats. Like I said in the video, heated front seats, a lot of people complain that the Sport should have had it, and I don't know why it didn't. It definitely should have had the heated front seats, and then the 60/40 split fold-down rear seat backs, and then you have a 180-watt audio system with 8 speakers, and a lockable glove box. So the sport hybrid is an upgrade from the LX in Honda's world, but a lot of you are going to be comparing the SE to the hybrid since they're so close to each other. Let's jump in and actually build one up. So you can see here, you have the LX, which is the base model, the SE, Sport Hybrid, EXL Hybrid, Sport L Hybrid, and Touring Hybrid. So we're going to go ahead and build the Sport and kind of give you guys some idea of the powertrain. So 204 horsepower. You have e-CVT, was matted to e-CVT, 51 city, 44 highway, 48 combined for an EXL because of the 17s on the EXL hybrid. But if you do the sport hybrid, it's Sport L and the touring, it'll be 46 city and 41 highway, 44 combined because of the 19-inch wheels. So let's jump in, look at some colors that the Accords come in. You have Crystal Black Pearl, which does not have any premium color charge. You have the new Solar Silver Metallic, no premium color charge. But once you go to Platinum White Pearl, $455 more. Radiant Red Metallic, $455 more. Steel Night Pearl, $455 more. And the most famous Urban Gray, $455 more. And as far as the interior, it's one interior color, which is black on the Sport. If you want a colored interior, you need to go up to an EXL. And that's pretty much it. Or a Touring, because I think the Sport L is black interior only, and the Sport is black interior only. So let's look at the Sport, the wheel options that you can have, and you can add these 19-inch HPD wheels. Like I said in my SE video, I like the design of it, but I'm not a fan of the red around it. I'd rather just keep the OEM wheels or go with some different aftermarket wheels. But as far as packaging, you have the all-season protection package 1, 2, and just a protection package. Pretty simple. Honda's condensed the packaging. Let's see, so electric, you have engine block heater for interior. You can add an auto-dimming rearview mirror with home link. This is not standard no more. It comes with this guy on the Sport. Previous generation Accords had home link standard, like I think EX and up or EXL and up or something like that. But you have a cargo hook. We have the cargo hook, cargo net, door sill protection film, illuminated door sill trim. Basic stuff to dress up your Accord, and on the exterior you get a little bit more. So body side molding, door edge film, door edge guards. I love door visors, HPD. So there's no HPD kit anymore, package, but you can still get the HPD things. You just have to piece them separate, which is interesting. But yeah, you can black out the Sport, black out the Accord. Looks like hybrid will be in chrome, which is interesting. You have the fender emblems, moonroof visor. So here we go, HBD front lip, that's separate, HBD spoiler, and the rear spoiler. So it is all separate. And you have the accessories here, pretty simple. I mean, I feel like Honda did, like I said, condense some of the accessories you can do on your Accord. So base price is $33,655. No charge for Solar Silver Metallic. And destination handling is $1095. If you look at the MSRP at $34,750, so just a shy of $35 for a 25 Sport Hybrid. I feel like this is going to be a very, well, even for 24, it's a very popular trim level for anyone that don't need leather. You don't need all the bells and whistles, but you want the hybrid and you want to space up an Accord. This is definitely what you get. So drop a comment below and everything here. Let me know what you think about the 25 Accord Sport. Do you think the USB-Cs in the back, the air vents in the back, the wireless phone charger is enough changes for 25? Do you think for 25 they should have added more? Let me know what you think below. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next walk around.